Hello everyone, welcome to back my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The bold and the beautiful spoilers for the week of August 4 suggest some bombshells and twists. Fans can expect John Finn Finnegan, Tanner Novlan, to expose Grace Buckingham, Cassandra Creech. Meanwhile, Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, jumps into action to save a drowning Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang. Let's start with Finn, who is determined to figure out the truth behind the sudden miraculous recovery of Liam Spencer, Scott Clifton. The doctor has tried to figure it out along with Bridget Forrester, Ashley Jones. Finn even mentions that he can't find the name of the doctor who did the surgery online. However, Grace isn't very forthcoming and keeps being vague as well as dismissive. At some point, Finn figures out the truth about Liam's fake brain cancer. Finn confronts Grace, who is desperate to keep the scheme going. Grace actually begs the other doctor to keep her secret and help cover it up. Finn is way too moral for that, but insists on Grace telling Liam and Hope Logan, Annika Noel, the truth. Liam and Hope both sit up with alarm as Grace stands there practically shaking in her skin. Over in Italy, Eric Forrester, John McCook, tells Ridge about Nick Marone's, Jack Wagner, proposal plan. Ridge rushes to the harbor, but Nick and Brooke are already on the speedboat and zooming away. At some point, Brooke decides it's a great idea to lay on top of the boat while it's zooming through the water. Of course, that is how Brooke ends up falling into the water. That will compel Ridge to jump into the water to save Brooke. This experience will have Ridge making a heartfelt confession to Brooke. However, what to do about Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig? If Brooke agrees to take Ridge back, how long until it lasts this time? The bold and the beautiful spoilers for the week of August 4 reveal that we could also see Lee Finnegan, Naomi Matsuda, try to get Luna Nozawa, Lisa Yamada, to wake up from her coma. However, what happens after that? Meanwhile, Sheila Carter-Sharp, Kimberlyn Brown, could do some investigating into Luna's death. Will Sheila end up finding out the truth about Lie's secret and Luna's death? The week of August 4 to 8 on The Bold and the Beautiful is shaping up to be one of the most explosive yet this summer. Secrets will be exposed, unlikely alliances formed, and one powerful man will risk it all to save someone he loves, and it might not be who you think. From Grace Buckingham's mysterious past finally coming to light, to Ridge Forrester launching a daring rescue mission, to tensions boiling over at Forrester Creations, fans can expect a week of revelations, heartbreak, and heroic determination. Let's dive into what's coming your way each day, and how these dramatic storylines may permanently alter the lives of your favorite Los Angeles residents. Monday, August 4. Grace's web begins to unravel. Grace Buckingham thought she could manipulate Luna's life from the shadows. For weeks, she's been acting like a protective mother, but this Monday, someone begins to scratch the surface of her polished facade. When Carter overhears a phone call Grace tries to keep private, his curiosity is piqued. She's speaking to someone named Alex, and the tone is not maternal, it's desperate, perhaps even incriminating. Meanwhile, Luna continues to grapple with the aftermath of her drugged mistake with Zend. Archie remains distant, unable to fully trust her, even though his heart still aches for her. Steffi pays Luna a surprise visit, pretending to offer support but really fishing for dirt. Luna, still fragile but determined, doesn't bite, but she does drop a curious name during their chat. Dominique? Steffi clocks it. The walls around Grace's secret are beginning to close in. Over at Forrester Creations, Hope tries to maintain a brave front while watching Thomas move on emotionally and creatively. The new model he's working with, Clara, sparks envy and suspicion. But is she just a distraction, or is Thomas trying to erase Hope altogether? Tuesday, August 5. Ridge gets a disturbing message. Ridge's week begins with a cryptic letter slipped into his briefcase, an untraceable envelope with only a single name and address, written on a scrap of paper, Taylor Hayes. There's no message, just a sense of dread. Brooke urges Ridge to ignore it, claiming it's probably a prank, but Ridge's gut says otherwise. Meanwhile, Grace's strange behavior continues to draw attention. Paris notices inconsistencies in her mother's stories about her past medical work and wonders aloud why Grace never talks about her time in Chicago, despite supposedly having practiced there for years. Luna overhears this and grows suspicious. She decides to confront her mother directly. The confrontation between Luna and Grace is tense. When pressed about Dominique, Grace lashes out, accusing Luna of being ungrateful and naive. But the cracks are undeniable. Grace slips up and admits that Dominique is Luna's true father, sending Luna spiraling into an identity crisis. Was the man she thought was her father just a stand-in? And what does this have to do with her recent troubles? Ridge makes a private call to Baker, trying to get more information about Taylor's whereabouts. Although no one has heard from her in weeks, Ridge learns from a Border Patrol contact that Taylor was last seen crossing into Mexico, alone and under an assumed name. Ridge is stunned. Why would Taylor vanish without telling anyone? He shares the news with Steffi, who is visibly shaken. Could Taylor be in danger? Ridge is convinced something sinister is going on. Back in LA, Grace receives a threatening voicemail from a man with a gravelly voice. "Time's up, Buckingham. You can't hide what you did forever." Grace panics and heads straight to Bill Spencer, of all people, asking for help. Their secret connection stuns the audience. Bill and Grace have a shared past, one that includes covering up an accidental death years ago. Now it's coming back to haunt them. Elsewhere, Hope catches Thomas and Clara in a compromising position. Nothing too scandalous, but enough to shake her. She later confides in Liam, who comforts her, but it's clear Hope's jealousy is reaching a breaking point. Will she self-destruct, or will she fight for her place in Thomas's life? Thursday, August 7, Grace's secret explodes. Grace's worst fears are realized when Luna shows up at her office with Dominique himself in tow. The mysterious man is charming but clearly unstable, speaking in riddles and referencing the child he was promised. Luna listens in horror as Dominique claims Grace took her away from him after a series of tragic events, including a fire that may not have been accidental. Paris, who arrives mid-confrontation, is shocked when Dominique refers to the body in the basement. Grace tries to defuse the situation, but it's too late. Dominique leaves, promising Luna the truth will come out, even if he has to expose Grace to the media. Later, Carter and Zend get involved, with Carter siding with Paris and urging her to distance herself from Grace. Zend, ever the opportunist, offers Luna support, but his motives remain suspicious. Meanwhile, in Mexico, Ridge tracks Taylor to a remote clinic. He bribes a nurse to gain entry and finally comes face to face with his ex-wife. Only she's barely conscious and under heavy sedation. Ridge is horrified to discover Taylor checked herself in under the name Dr. Holloway, and that she's being treated for a neurological condition kept secret from her family. Friday, August 8, Ridge's mission and Grace's fall. Ridge fights to bring Taylor home. The clinic director reveals she was admitted after collapsing during a humanitarian mission. Taylor didn't want her children to worry and kept her condition a secret. Ridge holds her hand and promises to get her out of there. But Taylor's condition may be worse than anyone knows. Back in LA, Dominique goes public with his accusations. A viral video surfaces in which he names Grace as the woman who stole his daughter and left a man to die. The internet explodes. Paris is bombarded by reporters, and Luna's name is dragged into the drama. Bill meets with Grace privately. He offers her hush money to leave town before the police reopen the case. But Grace surprises him. She refuses to run again. "I've kept this buried too long. I won't let Luna pay for my sins," she declares. The week ends on a powerful note as Luna stares into the mirror, wondering who she really is. Her whole identity is now in question. RG sends her a message. "I still love you, no matter what your mother did, but will love be enough?" Ridge brings Taylor back to LA, but her return won't be smooth. Hope sets a trap for Clara, determined to expose her as a fake. Dominique pushes for a paternity test that could rewrite Luna's entire story. Grace is arrested, but the truth she confesses shocks even Bill Spencer. Sheila Carter resurfaces, with an interest in Grace's past. Final thoughts. The week of August 4 to 8 will go down as a turning point in the Bold and the Beautiful summer arc. Grace's secrets are no longer safe. Ridge emerges as a heroic father figure once again, and Luna faces a deeply personal reckoning. With so many storylines colliding, including hidden paternity, mysterious deaths, and mental health bombshells, B&B fans are in for a breathtaking ride. This is the week where masks fall, loyalties are tested, and redemption may be possible. But only for those brave enough to confront the truth. Buckle up. The boldest drama is just beginning. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Boldy and BAUTFUL UPDAT YouTube channel for more update news.